Welcome to Facts Pro, where it's all about facts, financial, accounting, and tax strategies. If you've been following me and listening to my videos, I always talk about if a business needs to flourish and needs to succeed and increase in revenue, we always work on three pillars. One is boosting profitability. We want you to be profitable. We want to manage your profits so that you're making good profits. We want to manage your cash flow because a profit doesn't mean that you have a positive cash in the bank, and reduce your tax liability. And one of the main things that have those three work together is knowing who you work with. Who are you relying on to do this? So my clients are always medical practice owners, and they always have this concern. Some of them are very good with numbers. Some of them don't want to do anything with numbers, but they rely on their financial advisor or their CFO to provide them with this service. So that's what I want to highlight today. How vital it is to hire the right people for the right position and what you should be expecting from this person you're hiring to do for you. So let's dive in. All right. So as you know, I always like to start with a joke, and the joke today is about like the misconception about accountants. What do accountants really do? Are they just counting things, or what's the deal with them? So that's, yeah, you can see from this like the misconception. Are you counting things? Are you counting beans and how many ones are there, or you're an accountant? There is a big difference. Okay, so let's see. What I want to talk about today is virtual CFO services, which is the financial perception for a healthier practice. I want to talk about how strategic financial guidance drives profitability and growth for medical professionals, medical practice owners. Okay, what is the common problem? Again, that most medical practices, they track numbers, but they don't manage them. They don't have the time. They rely on their bookkeepers or maybe do-it-yourself accounting, and they run it by the bank account, maybe whatever in my bank account, this is how much profit I have. And they don't really track the numbers to manage them effectively. Maybe your books are clean, but in some cases, and in a lot of cases, they're not. And I see negative receivables or negative payables or any some accounts in red ink, and you don't even understand what does that mean. But even if your books are clean, that doesn't help you sometimes with your decisions because your decisions are reactive. It's based on, okay, what's in there. And the other main problem that I see in most of the clients that I come to me is that there is no strategic cash flow management, forecasting, or KPI tracking. Okay, so does that cost you at all? And definitely yes, because you're working blind. You're having a financial blind spots. You most of the time, the problem or the result of that you end up paying too much taxes. So that's why even hiring a CFO, and I always focus on tax planning, hiring the right CFO helps you reduce your taxes. Believe it or not, it really integrates with tax planning if you hire the right people. So you either overpay taxes or you miss on the deductions that are allowed to you, or you have a cash flow crunch even though you have high collection, or you don't know which services or locations are profitable if you're having multiple locations, multiple services. You don't know which ones are working for you and whatnot. Or you have poor budgeting for staff and equipment decision. If you want to expand and buy more equipment or you want to hire more staff, you don't have good information to have this decision made based on what you have right now. So what's a virtual CFO? This is when you outsource this service to a financial partner who acts as your strategic guide. The core role of a virtual CFO that they do the monthly financial analysis and performance for you. They provide you with the like financial ratios, financial insights on how your business is doing. They give you indicators about your performance. They do forecasting, budgeting, and tax planning integration, which is really, really important. Profit optimization and cash flow strategy. Also, executive level insights. So you're not really hiring somebody in-house, but you have what what they may provide you with. So it's like the good of both worlds. Like you don't have somebody that you pay too much money to, but you still get the same benefit by outsourcing this service. So executive level insights at a fraction of the cost of you. What would you have paid if you hire somebody in-house? All right, so bookkeeper versus virtual CFO. Like I don't have to pay too much for for a CFO. I'll pay for a bookkeeper. But yeah, there are some similarities. Both of them will record transaction. Both of them will produce financial reports, but only CFO can analyze your data for decision making. Only a CFO can do cash flow forecasting. Only CFO can do tax and strategy integration. Only CFO can do leadership level planning. Only the CFO can help you to go to the next level and can help you expand in your business. So that's why you have to know who you're hiring and what is the value of the one that you're hiring. Okay. What about hiring an in-house CFO? Of course, this is something valuable and provides you with the same information. But when you look at the cost, the virtual CFO can provide you the same services at a fraction of the cost. So if we look in-house CFO versus virtual, the annual cost for an in-house CFO would be like 150 to 250. Virtual CFO 2K, 5K, 8K maximum, but a month, and it would provide you with the same amount of service. The availability for the CFO, of course, if it's in-house, then it's a full-time, but the virtual CFO, it's really on demand. The experience for the full time for the in-house is going to be one industry, but with the virtual CFO, they've seen, even if it's on one industry or cross-industry insights, but they have seen multiple situations. They have experience dealing with multiple businesses in the same industry or in multiple industries. They can provide you with what the market insights are for your business to benefit from. So definitely like an in-house CFO would have like a fixed scalability for growth, but the virtual CFO will scales with growth. As much as you deal with them, the more you can benefit and the more you can get from their services. All right, so how virtual CFO really services really work? Definitely it's a cloud-based now after COVID-19. It's becoming very easy to do virtual work and remote work. And I have clients over 15 or more than 15 states that we always meet on a monthly basis or quarterly basis, depends on their needs on a virtual like Zoom meeting or something. So it's a cloud-based collaboration with your accounting system too. Like all accounting systems, and most of them are cloud-based, that it doesn't hinder the like the effectiveness of having a good accounting system. And we do monthly financial review meetings. We have custom dashboards for your needs with KPI. And if you don't know what's KPI, it's key performance indicators. So like overhead ratio, collections per provider, if you have multiple providers, or clients or main customers or whatever it is, and payroll as a percentage of revenue. There's a lot of things like that, and we can help you with this based on your needs. And again, forecasting and tax coordination with your personal finances. When you have that in your plan, you have your personal finances, maybe real estate investments, maybe like stock market investments, things like that. And it doesn't coordinate with your business if you're just having maybe a bookkeeper that does the bookkeeping for your business. They don't work together, they don't talk to each other. But with a virtual CFO like myself, you can have this integration. So it works the best for your benefit. Why medical practice owners benefit the most? Because they have high overheads and payroll complexity. They have multiple income streams coming from insurance, private pay, stuff like that. They have tax-sensitive structure, most of them on S corporation or partnership. They may always have large equipment or investment decision that they have to make that they need help with. And if they run it on their own, sometimes it's not really the best decision from a tax standpoint or even from a cash flow standpoint. Predictable yet variable cash flow patterns. All right. This is a case study of a dental group that I worked with, and they increased their profits by 18% without seeing more patients. And they only had bookkeeping, but after working with me, we started to implement some profit KPIs. We optimized their payroll and we restructured some of the debt they had. And that saved him like 80K a year. And we had restructured also the owner compensation, so he was able to get more from the practice. All right. As we've always talked, there is three steps or three main framework, like three more main steps: discover, diagnose, and prescribe. You are a doctor, so you would understand what I'm talking about. When first we need to discover, we need to examine, we need to review your current financial systems and goals, and then we come with a diagnosis to identify where is the inefficiency, what are the blind spots, and the tax exposure you have. And then we prescribe. We have to start the implementation of the CFO strategy, monitor performance, so that we have a treatment plan for whatever problem we diagnose. Okay, and again, the cost versus the value. You can hire a cheap bookkeeper for $300 a month, but they wouldn't give you any insight. You can hire an in-house CFO for 15 to 20K a month, and it's just too expensive for you. Or you can hire a virtual CFO maybe for 2 to 8K a month, and it would give you the executive strategy and the savings that can help you boost your profitability as well. So if you're ready to take control of your practice financial health, I would ask you to schedule your financial checkup session today. Here is my link for the calendar. I invite you for a free 30-minute consultation. We'll start with the discovery. I'll ask you for some information just to discover your situation, discover your goals, and we go from there. We start next with identify the diagnosis and finally implement the solution or the prescription, the treatment plan, if you get to choose so. All right, so hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Take care.